Welcome to this session on theories supporting interpersonal and intrapersonal relationships. For this presentation, the theories of multiple intelligences and social learning will be discussed. Multiple intelligences was developed by Howard Gardner, 1993. Gardner postulated that intelligence is much more than IQ. Rather, intelligence is a biopsychological potential to process information that can be activated in a cultural setting to solve problems or create products that are of value in the culture. Biopsychological here suggests the influence of both biological and psychological factors on intelligence. Gardner describes 8 human intelligences. Linguistic is the competence in the use of spoken and written language, being good at reading, writing, telling stories, and memorizing dates. Logical mathematical is marked by an ability with numbers, calculations, classification of objects, critical thinking skills, etc. Musical suggests the ability to sing, play musical instruments, and compose music. Spatial caters to the use of visual aids, color, art, and the use of metaphor. Bodily kinesthetic involves the body and movement, hands-on activities, and the like. Naturalist, that is, possessing the ability to recognize and classify flora and fauna, rock formations, and other environmental elements. Interpersonal is characterized by the ability to understand and empathize with others, good communication skills, and a love for working with others. And intrapersonal intelligence, having a deep understanding of self, strengths and weaknesses, personal feelings, and memories. The theory argues that all human beings are born with the 8 intelligences, but they are developed to a different degree in each person, and that in developing skills or solving problems, individuals use their intelligences in different ways. Put another way, learning styles refer to the different ways in which individuals are able to acquire knowledge or to process information, such as the auditory learner, the visual, or the tactile learner. While multiple intelligences is concerned with the different ways that people think about concepts or information. Social learning theory, or social cognitive theory, is based largely on the work of Albert Bandura, 1977, whose work was heavily influenced by the research of Piaget and Vygotsky. Thus, his research led him to conclude that children learn to behave both through formal instruction and through observation. Formal instruction includes how parents, teachers, and other authorities and role models tell children to behave. Observation includes how young people see adults and peers behaving. Children have the tendency to model or imitate people who are similar to them, for example, of the same gender. Formal instruction, therefore, refers to the explicit ways in which children are taught to behave. For example, in the socialization process, a child will be taught good manners, where he is instructed to say please, thank you, etc. Or the teacher may teach safety rules, such as do not take things from strangers. However, there are unspoken lessons that children learn each day from observing others, such as how parents and other adults will deal with conflict, or whether mommy or daddy always tells the truth, There's also the hidden curriculum in the school setting, where is my teacher always late for school? Is teacher respectful to her co-workers? Children observe us and see our reactions on a day-to-day basis. Children's behavior is reinforced or modified by the consequences of their actions and the responses of others to their behavior. EDHF Teacher Training Manual 2009. Thus, if the behavior the child displays meets with a positive response from the model, it will most likely continue. A negative response will result in stopping the behavior. Here, Bandura believed that the act of observing and imitating were not just automatic motions, but that children actively think and decide what they will do. So, for example, if a child in the home is cautioned or punished for doing something that goes against what the parents think to be right or wrong, then that child will most likely discontinue that behavior. However, if they're praised for something else, then we can see such behavior being encouraged. Bandura believed that there were 4 mediational processes whereby children learn. 1, attention. This refers to the extent to which one is exposed to or notices the behavior. 2, retention is how well the behavior is remembered. 3, motor reproduction. This is the ability to perform the behavior that the model has just demonstrated. And 4, motivation, refers to the will to perform the behavior. The famous Bobo doll experiment, as conducted by Bandura, confirms how observation impacts on behavior. His findings revealed that the children who were exposed to aggressive behavior acted with aggression much more so than those children who were not. How then do we apply these theories to the teaching of life skills? First, teachers should make a conscious effort to model the life skills for the students. The social learning theory proposes that children learn from first observing others, then later imitating the observed behavior. Therefore, life skills should be taught in a manner that is reflective of the natural processes that students use to learn behavior. That is, modeling, observation, and social interaction. Hence, students in their real-life situations should be given the examples to follow. Teachers, or in particular the health and family life education teacher or the life skills instructor, should ensure that students are made aware, first of all, of these life skills, and that these skills are modeled for them. Thus, they can use field trips, okay? For instance, the students can be taken into real-life situations, such as visiting a home for the aged, for instance, and there the children can see how these people live, how their lives are affected, etc. And here the life skills such as empathy can be taught. Secondly, teachers can use a variety of instructional methods to engage different learning styles and strengths. Learning is not a one-size-fits-all exercise, and teachers frequently find that when they are not able to reach students in one way, they can use another method to do so. This is in keeping with the tenets of the multiple intelligences theory, which suggests that students have varying intellectual abilities. Hence, students do cooperative learning, peer tutoring, research, discussion, etc. Varying the teaching methods caters not only to the different learning styles, but also provides opportunities for students of different abilities. In this instance also, it can alleviate situations of boredom. Some students may have problems such as attention deficit disorders, and the varying of the teaching methods can address these situations. Thirdly, students should be provided with opportunities to identify, experience, and express different emotions. Multiple intelligence includes emotional intelligence, that is, the ability to identify and manage one's emotions and the emotions of others. Hence, students can develop the skills to understand their feelings and the feelings of others. According to the HFLE Teacher Training Manual 2009, the capacity of managing emotions and the ability to understand one's feelings and the feelings of others are critical to human development, and adolescents can learn these capacities just as well as they learn reading and mathematics. This can be achieved via the use of scenarios, case studies, and role plays, as these methods help students to simulate different real-life situations. The ability to understand what others feel is so very important if we are to have successful relationships. As individuals, we must be able to feel what others feel in order to fully understand them. In so doing, we'll be better able to cope with our own emotions. The multiple intelligences and social learning theories both reflect very important aspects of human ability to learn not just new concepts, but also behaviors. The multiple intelligence theory details the many different learning abilities which we possess as humans, while social learning outlines how learning occurs both by direct instruction and observation. As a result, the HFLE instructor can use this information to effectively teach life skills to their students.